6 to 8 weeks. That's the expected completion timeline for ongoing works at the Rand Memorial Hospital's morgue, according to Minister of Health, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville. For years, Grand Bahama has been without a morgue facility at the Rand, relying on temporary storage measures as the long-delayed renovation project continued. Now, Darville says the finish line is now in sight.
I'm pleased to report that Pinnacle construction is back on the site. We anticipate that it would be completed within 6 to 8 weeks, and we are now looking at the challenges to attach to the freezer and cooler system the outside compressors. I just toured with the contractor and specialists, and we have finally solved that particular problem. And the rest of what you see when we tour the morgue is mainly cosmetic work.
The health minister says progress was delayed after the vendor provided freezers that did not meet the required specifications. That issue has since been resolved, with both units now installed and the remaining work expected to be completed within weeks.
We did run into a challenge with the piece of freezer and cooler came in larger than we anticipate, but we were able to resolve that issue, and now we're back on track to finish it within 6 to 8 weeks.
Minister Darville says improving healthcare on Grand Bahama remains a key priority for his ministry, with the morgue project one of several initiatives now underway to strengthen healthcare services on the island.
We started these projects in our last term in office. God has blessed us with a second term. I would just like to let the residents of Grand Bahama know that we are serious about these projects. I intend to finish these projects and to improve healthcare delivery systems here on the island of Grand Bahama.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
And while progress continues on the morgue, other improvements are also underway at the Rand Memorial Hospital. Health officials are also addressing the temporary relocation of the Rand Memorial Hospital's accident and emergency department to facilitate renovations. Patients can now access A&E through the main entrance of Cecil J. Thompson Drive. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville says the work should be completed within 1 month.
A lot of preparations has gone in for the alternative location. There has to be negative pressure. There have to be all of the necessary vents and air condition associated with it. We believe that what we have come up with is an excellent working substitute. It may be a bit smaller, but this renovation is going to happen very fast. It's going to be no more than 4 to 6 weeks, give or take a week or two. But I assure the residents of Grand Bahama that this renovation of the Axie emergency is absolutely necessary. We are unpleased with its current condition. We were unable to do it coming out of Dorian because of the logistics.
Public Hospitals Authority Managing Director Dr. Abinette Roll says although renovation work will commence on August 17th, the temporary space will not hinder any operations within the department.
Based on what we have designed, it should not be. I think one of the beauties of this that is not being discussed was the interim move was actually designed by the clinical team within the Rand Memorial Hospital. That was presented to me and it was reviewed. It was also assisted by Veritas in relation to that as it relates to airflow, and it was accepted. So this particular interim move was really the brainchild of the internal users in there. And so that is not a hindrance.
Now, from healthcare to the workforce, government officials are now on Grand Bahama as part of a review of the island's current and future labor needs, meeting with officials and industry stakeholders to assess current and future workforce demand. The visit comes just days after Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell said government will be taking a closer look at the issue. More details in this report.
Imagine the pressure is going to be on people who have skills here.
Officials touching down on Grand Bahama early Tuesday, meeting with the Grand Bahama shipyard and other industry stakeholders to discuss current and projected labor needs. Of significance, Foreign Affairs Minister the Honorable Fred Mitchell says the Grand Bahama shipyard expects demand for as many as 1,600 workers by next year, February. That demand raises a familiar question for the government: how to ensure Bahamans benefit from the available jobs while giving industries access to the skilled workers they say they need.
The economy of the Bahamas is quite dynamic, and there's a very careful balancing act between importing labor and also protecting the benefits for workers here. One of the issues, of course, is training. And so we spent several minutes today talking to the trainers, their certifications, their ability to train people so that they can feed into the industrial sector.
Welding was among the specialized areas discussed, with certification and timing also emerging as factors in meeting industry demand.
There's a complaint here that people are sometimes sitting at home for a couple of weeks at a time and not have anything to do, and then they see non-nationals coming in and they have continuous work. So we're trying to figure out where that comes from and whether that's a problem that needs to be fixed.
He says part of the answer will have to come through training and starting much earlier to steer young Bahamians towards the trades where demand is growing.
We need to get these young men and women when they reach the 10th grade and try and point them in the right direction, because one of the experiences all employers have is kids come out of school and they have no idea, no clue what's available, what to do, just lost. And to not get people drowning in academics because hands-on work may be their thing.
And the pressure on the local workforce is only expected to intensify, with the United States also facing shortages in skilled trades such as electrical work and welding. Competition for qualified workers is growing. And with Grand Bahama projected to welcome as many as 6 million visitors by 2028, the demand for labor here at home is also expected to rise.
If that happens, you know that there are a lot of things that have to bump up. The services have to improve. There's a lot of jobs that will open up. Housing has to increase. So we are trying as best we can to anticipate all of these needs in a statistical sense and try and be ready for it.
Westgate Resort has announced the opening of its first Caribbean destination on Bimini, bringing new investment and additional tourism capacity to the island. Bimini's Member of Parliament is welcoming the development, but says its growth must also translate into more business and economic opportunities for Bahamians. Shalia Roll reports.
Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and MP for Bimini and the Berry Islands, Randy Roll, says Westgate's resort's first Caribbean destination will help further position Bimini as a premier destination in the Bahamas. Reservations are already available for stays beginning October 1st. The property will feature newly renovated studio and 2-bedroom villas with accommodations for 4 to 6 guests. Roll says the additional room inventory is something Bimini has needed for some time.
Good welcome news for the residents of Bimini and, of course, the Bahamas by extension. And so, whereas we embrace the opportunity, I just wanted to make sure that, I state the position of, my constituents. And
Westgate Bimini Bay becomes the latest addition to Westgate's resort's portfolio of nearly 60 properties. The company is positioning the resort for couples, families, fishing trips, and longer stays. With fully furnished villas located a short walk from the beach, Roll says the impact should extend beyond the resort, creating opportunities in transportation, excursions, dining, and other tourism-related services. But he is also warning that as foreign investment grows, business opportunities and jobs reserved for Bahamians must remain in Bahamian hands.
For us, the most important thing is being able to convert some of those some of those cruise visitors to being stopover visitors where they're coming back, overnighting. Repeat visitors are super important.
The Bimini MP believes central government must ensure developments like Westgate also translate into ownership, entrepreneurship, and business opportunities for Bahamians. And as Westgate brings new visitors and investment to Bimini, Roll says the goal is to ensure residents grow right along with the island's economy.
I am excited for opportunities, especially when they come to an island such as Bimini, which has seen significant growth in the past several years and continues to see growth. But as the country, as the economy moves, so must Biminites and those who are connected to the island.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
news from police. A dive for conch ended tragically for a 27-year-old man in Abaco. Police say the Haitian national was aboard a vessel with 3 other men near Morgue Tuesday afternoon when he entered the water to dive for conch. He reportedly experienced difficulties and became unresponsive. The man was pulled from the water and taken to the Marsh Harbor Healthcare Center, where he was pronounced dead. An autopsy will determine the exact cause of death. Police investigations continue. Also from Abaco, police on that island are investigating an apparent stabbing and tragedy that left a 44-year-old man hospitalized. Police say the victim was involved in an altercation with a woman at his residence Tuesday afternoon. She later went to a relative's home where the victim followed and was allegedly stabbed by a man. He was treated at a local clinic before being airlifted to New Providence for further care. His condition is unknown. Police investigations continue.
And still to come.
A mother of 5 facing eviction receives temporary housing assistance from social service. We'll have the details of that story, sports, and more when we come back.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good conch salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
K's Heart for Kids invites students in grades 5 through 12 to a free youth conference and back-to-school giveaway. Join them Thursday, August 13th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at St. Michael and Nicholas Parish, Grand Bahama.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
This is where it happens. Those moments that impact our lives. Giving you the information that you need this hurricane season. Wherever there is news, we're there.
Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. A first aid kit. A 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Your number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. We begin this half with some welcome relief for a Grand Bahama mother who recently shared her story of eviction and uncertainty over where she and her children would stay. Social Services has now stepped in, providing Erica Honorat with temporary shelter while her situation is assessed and efforts continue to help her secure a more permanent home. Shalia Roll reports.
After sharing her story of eviction and uncertainty over where she and her 5 children would stay, Erica Honrad is now receiving assistance from the Department of Social Services. Assistant Director for the Northern Bahamas, Jody Burrows, says the department stepped in following Honrad's appeal for help.
It is most unfortunate that you have families with children who are unable to find accommodations based on the fact that they have children. And while I do understand from a landlord's perspective, I still have a longing to assist and hoping that landlords out there are still willing to assist families who have children, because
Barrow says others facing similar hardships are also encouraged to contact social services, where each case is assessed to determine what assistance may be available.
all requests or all assistance that the department offers, with the exception of medical assistance, is done on our Promise website. You can either apply directly online, or you can come into the office and a data entry clerk will assist you with making the application. That entails ensuring that you have all the documents necessary.
Honrad has been provided temporary shelter for 2 weeks, but Burrows says her situation will be further assessed to determine whether additional support is needed.
Happy to report that Ms. Honrad has been assisted with accommodations for 2 weeks in the first instance, and then if it is that she needs additional time, then she will come back to us and request an extension. So I'm happy.
For Honrad, the assistance come as welcome relief after some time of uncertainty. She says she's grateful for the support, while members of the Grand Bahama community are helping her search for a permanent home for her and her 5 children. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Thanks, Shalia. And from one family receiving help to another now hoping the community will answer their call. The family of a 34-year-old Grand Bahama man is appealing for financial support as he faces a long road to recovery following a serious traffic accident. Remiko Knowles reports.
On July 24th, 34-year-old Joshua Olivia's life changed in an instant. Family members say Joshua was driving along Sunrise Boulevard when he lost control of his vehicle.
The vehicle flipped over a couple times. He was stuck in the vehicle for probably about 2 hours before someone found him. After someone found him, he said that there was a lady that was praying for him, and someone broke the glass open and pulled him out of the vehicle.
The accident left Joshua with a serious injury.
Well, he suffered a serious spinal cord injury, and currently his diagnosis is a quadriplegic.
The young man is known affectionately as Manners. His siblings say it is an indication of the kind of person he is. But now they say he needs extensive medical care and support, care that comes at a significant cost.
So we go up there every day. He's coming along, highs and lows as anyone would be given the situation.
He has a really I can get through this resilient mindset, but, hearing the prognosis, he has ups and downs.
His siblings say they are grateful for the outpouring of support they have received so far and are asking the community to continue keeping Joshua in their prayers.
It is going to be a long road ahead. Going forward, he's going to need specialized therapy, medical care, equipment, transportation, and continued support.
For those wishing to provide financial assistance, the family has also established a GoFundMe campaign titled Joshua's Manners Road to Recovery, Help Him Heal. The family says all support will go toward helping Joshua receive the care he needs as his recovery continues.
The family has taken on as much as we possibly can. And then, of course, insurance is going to cover some portion of his immediate costs, but for the long term, we really are seeking some support from the community with that.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Remiko Knowles.
We salute our Facebook friend of the day, Bernie Davis. We thank you so much for your support, and we hope you are enjoying your day. And that is a look at stories making news. Shane, take it away. What's happening in sports?
Raven, I had the chance to learn a few things from a local tennis player, and let's just say I will be sticking to my day job.
We got to test those skills, Shane.
You'll see shortly.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Shane. Don't go away. Sports is coming up next, right after the break.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investment, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167. Or you can email us at zns3news@gmail.com.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Are you ready? I'm ready.
I am ready.
I am ready. I am ready.
Ready or not, it's here. That's right, the biggest gospel show with me, Uncle T Baby Boy, on 8:10 a.m. That's right, interviews, greatest songs, praise and worship. It's going to be exciting. We're going to take the Bahamas to the world and bring the world to the Bahamas.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave, everyone. I'm Shade Stubbs. Recently, I had the chance to catch up with Columbia College junior Rachel Thompson, who is currently running her own tennis clinic for the month of August, which she says has been a big hit so far.
I've been doing my tennis clinic for about 2 weeks now, and I started it because I wanted to give back to children that were interested in the sport, as my first ever coach did to me in Houston, Texas. He had a coaching clinic, and so I'm just doing what he did, but now home. It's been going well. I have a few students, and they're very interested in the sport. I've seen a lot of progress in them so far. Their skill set, hand-eye coordination, everything. Some of them are hitting the ball really hard, harder than I was at their age. So that's impressive. And they're just doing really good, and I really love it.
She rose to the ranks as a junior player starting from the age of 7 and eventually made the leap to the collegiate ranks, which she says has been going steady.
Sophomore year was a bit rocky. It wasn't as good as my freshman year, but my freshman year was amazing. I had a great record. I love my team. I built a strong connection with my coach and my teammates and my captains. Everything is just...
Now, for the fun of it, I decided to actually learn the mechanics of a tennis swing from Reach. And let's just say the first swing was disastrous. But eventually, I got the hang of it, and I'll just stick to my day job. However, that's me. But if you want to take your game to the next level, check her out. And as she puts it, don't let the growing pains stop you.
Whatever comes, it's just a bump in the road, and you just have to fight through it and get through it.
808-221 is the number you need to dial for more details on how you can get in on the action. Meanwhile, on the baseball diamond, Chavez Young and the Quebec Capitals continue to roll in the Frontier Baseball League. Their latest win came at the expense of the Brockton Rocks by a final score of 12-4. Young finished with 1 hit, 1 RBI, and scored 2 runs in 3 at-bats. The two teams are set to run it back this evening at 7. Lastly in sports, John Paul Jones and the New York Liberty were in Indiana taking on the Fever Tuesday evening. Jones would post a double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds. However, the Liberty would fall 106-92. The Liberty will be back in action against the Los Angeles Sparks Thursday evening at 8 on Prime Video.
And that's my time, everyone. But your local forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs. Sometimes it's okay to not be okay, but remember, everything will be okay.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you gain. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. A first aid kit. A 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Use a bin to put it in.
Let's keep it clean.
Yeah. Put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. No, yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not on the streets. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Put it in the trash. Just put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Yeah. We just gotta keep Grand Bahama clean.
Your #1 team in the north. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight. They're coming your way next.
Here is the Disaster Risk Management Authority's official 2026 emergency shelter listing for the Southeast Bahamas for Acklins, Crooked Island, Great Inagua, and Mayaguana. Crooked Island, Church of God of Prophecy, Cripple Hill, and Landrell Point Community Center, Landrell Point. In Inagua, St. Philip's Anglican Community Center, Matthewtown, and in Mayaguana, the Mayaguana Comprehensive School in Pirates Well, and Betsy Bay Community Center in Betsy Bay.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, Mother Nature upends a Bahamian family's cruise holiday in Europe. Plus, find out what taxi drivers have planned to move the government to action. And acres of land earmarked for a new housing community in eastern New Providence. In the Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. An Italian volcano surprise eruption disrupts travel for a group of 120 Bahamians. One of the passengers, the Nassau Guardian's online editor, Christelle Roll Brown, who told our news team her family docked the boat and traveled from Messina to Catania on the Sicily's eastern coast and just south of Mount Etna, only to learn their flight was canceled and the airport closed. They then tracked to another city to leave the country, but the Roll Brown family is still in limbo, not knowing when they will return home. European media outlets verify that travel disruptions have impacted eastern Sicily since last Friday, when renewed rumblings from Europe's most active volcano and shifting winds started carrying ash over the region. The airspace was fully closed only in recent days as the eruption discontinued. The return home for a group of 120 Bahamians then has been left in limbo. In other news tonight, back here at home, a family is counting its blessings more than a month after the Independence Day crash claimed 10 lives. The pain is far from over. Our Maya Moss has the story.
The family of Tony Gillott, one of 10 people killed in the Independence Day plane crash tragedy near the San Andres airport, is now turning to the public for help as they prepare for a funeral with no definitive timeline provided as to when they will be able to hold it. Launching a GoFundMe started by Gillott's twin sister, Tamika Barrett, who hopes to raise $7,000 to give her sister the dignified burial she says Tony deserves. To date, more than $2,000 have been raised, but money is only a part of this family's struggle. Another is the lack of information and the return of Gillott's remains.
It is very frustrating. Being in limbo is the hardest thing for me because that's my twin sister. I don't know. No, we weren't allowed to view the body or anything yet due to investigation. So I don't know what my sister looked like. I don't know what remains is even remaining. The airlines isn't reaching out to us. We heard through hearsay that they would be paying for the funeral, but that is not something that any representative from the airline came and told any of us. My mom, me, my sisters, no one has came out and reached out to us.
For the Gillotts, a proper burial represents more than a funeral service. It is the opportunity to see their loved one honored, surrounded by family and friends, and giving her family the chance to say their final farewell.
A lot of people are saying that why don't we cremate my sister? A part of our family, we don't believe in that. So, and my mom does not want to do that. Does not want to cremate my sister, and our family doesn't believe in it. So that's why we're going the route that we're going.
More than a month later, the Gillott family is not alone, as other Independence Day crash victims are still waiting for the return of their loved ones' remains. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Well, thanks, Amaya. Industrial action, meantime, could be brewing down at the country's main gateway after talks over a decades-long dispute involving transportation stakeholders didn't yield the results anticipated. Fern Carey tells us more.
President of the Bahamas Taxicab Union, Tyrone Butler, threatening major industrial action after claiming talks with government officials have failed over long-standing issues with livery operators at the Lynden Pinling International Airport. Butler is accusing livery operators of taking money from the pockets of taxi drivers at LPIA. He revealed during a press conference Wednesday that he met with government officials last week, and it was agreed, among other things, that effective Monday, August 10th, there would be a change that would allow only taxi drivers on the arrival door at LPIA. He said the agreement was to take place for 2 weeks on a temporary basis. However, he said livery operators were apparently not informed about the agreement. Butler stressed that there is no way of resolving the issue without industrial action.
And we can no longer continue to just meet and meet and meet. We are now going to rely on all of the options that's available to us. And so whatever happens moving forward, we're going to do what we have to do. And that's why we are involving the leader of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas Trade Union Congress. We're expecting our affiliates to join us because the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union has had it. And we asked them to come and walk with us, to stand with us, as we are asking the Commonwealth of the Bahamas Trade Union Congress and our affiliates to do, because enough is enough.
On Monday, livery drivers blocked taxi drivers' access to LPIA in a short standoff after President of the Livery Drivers Union, Tory Austin, said several taxi drivers occupied spots designated for his membership. Back in July, taxi drivers also staged a protest over the presence of livery drivers at LPIA. Meantime, President of the Bahamas Trade Union Congress, Obi Ferguson Casey, says only the taxi drivers have the legal backing to be where they are stationed at LPIA.
The law is clear, you know. Those spaces are reserved for taxi drivers. If you pay your dues, you expect to get benefits from paying dues. But you have done that. What's the issue? I'm just making it up. I didn't bring the copy of the act. It's in the act. Those spaces are reserved for taxi drivers.
Ferguson said the taxi cab union has the full support and backing of the TUC. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, Transport Minister, the Honourable Leon Lundy, has since commented on the standoff and the subsequent threat of industrial action, suggesting the taxi and livery drivers meet, engage in good faith, and work together for an amicable solution. He added that once both parties reach an agreement, his ministry will ensure the terms agreed are respected. Well, still on union news, the Bahamas Union of Teachers reaching an impasse in negotiations for a new industrial agreement. This latest development coming months after teachers overwhelmingly rejected a resubmitted salary proposal. Here's BUT President Belinda Wilson.
We are scheduled to meet on Thursday, August the 13th, 2026. So I will update all of you, the members, after our session on Thursday, August the 13th, 2026. I want to also inform you that we have engaged a mediator and we intend to invoke our right to have a mediator at the table.
Well, coming up, an update on yesterday's power outage at the Supreme Court. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news when we return.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good conch salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Long summer, hot sun, people coming over, and nobody feeling like cooking. This summer, wait for the sign. Presenting KFC Summer Bucket, the official meal of the summer. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
50 years of nation building, see the legacy we trust. Oh, the water is our lifeline, and the future flows through us. From the Pine Barrens to the ocean, in the sun and in the dust, we are building for tomorrow, and the future flows through us. Yeah, yeah. Yes, the future flows through us.
The Water and Sewage Corporation, celebrating 50 years of nation building.
Sun, sea, good friends.
And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef, one perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
From your first heartbeat.
Thank you, and the little guy's all set.
We've been here for you, by your side.
She's good.
Through every challenge, every milestone.
6 miles, hold it.
This house will be yours someday. Every triumph. Maybe hers. Covering, protecting, securing.
The insurance covered everything?
Here since 1899. Always here. Kalina. Caring for you.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Adidas Mall at Marathon. Adidas, you got this.
You're looking at a shot there of the waterfront Margaritaville Resort on West Bay Street, and that shot courtesy of drone pilot Isaac Roberts. Welcome back. A family is counting its blessings after fire swept through their Johnson Road home today. On the scene for us is our Lloyd Allen. Lloyd?
Well, Makusha, it's a sad development here in the Johnson Terrace area where around 2:30 today, a family of about 7 persons who occupy this home here behind me, their house was completely gutted by a daytime fire. Now, helping us to understand what happened is 46-year-old Mona Bethel, who says she was at home along with 3 other people at the time of the fire. Tell us what happened.
I was living in the front room. I hear some car blow outside. When I hear some car, I don't check in because I don't have no appointment with nobody. And when I hear some voice say, everybody in the house and come out, fire in the meter box. When I try to come out, when I come in, I get 3 people inside. I call them come out. When I try to come inside to get my phone and my wallet, everything going up, and I can't go inside. When I try to get there was to put the water in the fire spread up. I can't do nothing.
Now, since that incident, the fire department has been here. They've done their best to save what could be salvage. And unfortunately, the entire structure and its contents were destroyed, including this car here behind me. Now, Ms. Bethel said that she has spoken with the representative from the area, Mr. Kino Wong, who offered his thoughts about the unfortunate development. But after tonight, what will you do? Where will you sleep?
I don't know where I go and sleep. I don't know yet.
Tell us about those occupants who live in the house, yourself, and who else lived in the house?
Me, my son, my stepdaughter, my 2 grandsons, and my sister child, and my cousin.
Now, thankfully, no one was hurt. But again, if any idea how this may have happened?
When I did be up and my body shaking, I feel to stand up. My neighbor give me some water. I just go stand up over there.
And what's unfortunate as well, Makushla, I spoke with her daughter-in-law who said that, she left work this morning with everything okay. And upon arriving here at home, she arrived to just smoke and rubble. And so this is an unfortunate development. We do have you in our prayers at ZNS, and we will be following this story. Reporting here from Johnson Terrace for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, thanks so much, Lloyd. The Supreme Court, meantime, getting back to business today after a power outage plunged Bank Lane into darkness, creating major challenges for the court and nearby businesses. According to a public notice, the courts had to cease operations on Tuesday due to the power loss. ZNS News understands the problem started with a generator at the complex, which had been running since Friday and eventually became strained. Now, the outage has also raised concerns from the Bahamas Bar Association. Its president, Kalia Parker, says persistent power outages have adversely impacted the courts, and he's calling for urgent intervention. Parker warns that when the courts cannot open their doors, the rights of citizens are put in jeopardy. The court, not the only business feeling the impact. We're told several of them were without power since Saturday, with service restored just this morning. BPL initially said Tuesday's outage was caused by a cable fault near Rawson Square in the early morning hours. And while we're talking court, retired police sergeant Prince Albert Simonet Jr. has lost his bid to have his dismissal from the police force overturned by the courts. Simonet was discharged back in December of 2024 amidst allegations of corruption and trafficking in dangerous drugs and firearms in a United States indictment. The ex-police sergeant was hoping presiding Justice Franklin Williams, KC, would agree to a judicial review of the matter. During the hearing, he argued, among other things, that then Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda acted unlawfully and denied him justice by removing him without a disciplinary hearing. Well, Simonet also sought damages and court cost. After hearing from both sides, Justice Williams ruled that Simonet's contract had expired in November of 2023 and had never been renewed in writing. He also found that the ex-police sergeant presented contradictory evidence to the court. Justice Williams then dismissed Simonet's application for judicial review and refused all of the reliefs he sought, which included orders to overturn his discharge and the awarding of aggravated and exemplary damages. Well, the government's hoping to make a dent. In other news this evening, proposed changes are said to be on the way for the government's Animal Control Unit, and by extension, the 16-year-old Animal Protection and Control Act. The thrust, according to officials, is a response to a number of violent dog attacks, which have led to public outcry. Lloyd Allen takes it from here.
In recent weeks, the Bahamas has made international headlines with a number of animal attacks across the country, the most recent occurring on Bimini involving a 9-year-old visitor. Now, according to officials at the Animal Control Unit at the Ministry of Agriculture, they say plans are in motion to enhance legislation putting teeth behind the law to better protect the public. The 2010 Animal Protection and Control Act speaks to a number of animal control measures, including ownership and licensing, dog identification collars, and even the publication of certified dog owners. Department of Agriculture Director Dr. Jason Sands says the majority of pet owners fail to follow the law.
We realize that this is an unfortunate commonplace in our communities, and we really need to put a stop to it because it is dangerous.
Now, part of that danger, he says, arises when there are reported attacks and dog owners fail to come forward. As an alternative, during registration, some dogs are tagged via microchip.
It is not a legal requirement to microchip, but that is good practice, and it is a practice that we are going to encourage more.
Then there are instances where individuals breed dogs without informing the department.
The Act already has extra requirements for a breeder, someone that's registered as a breeder. But we are going to go even a step further, and that's the process that we are working on. And this, of course, requires some adjustment to the Act.
While Dr. Sands was unable to provide a timeline on when those adjustments will be made, he says the department is developing a campaign to educate the public on the proposed changes, as well as providing an amnesty period before the new rules are enforced. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, the government's hoping to make a dent in the ongoing housing shortage with a new subdivision in the Fox Hill community. Fox Hill MP, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, shared this much on those plans on the sidelines of Tuesday's Fox Hill Day celebrations.
Road, there is about 13 acres of land just across the street, or proximate to what is now 700. The Lionel Davis subdivision is one that we did down the road there a couple of years ago, and so I think if we can develop the 13 acres, it would be wonderful. I think you could probably get 80 homes in there, so be a good thing, and hopefully affordable housing for people, because housing is a big issue in this area.
Over in Exuma, a famous tourist spot, Chat and Chill, has been temporarily shut down over public health and safety concerns. That's the word from Bahamas Health and Food Safety Authority Director of Food Safety and Quality, Dr. Patricia Johnson. Johnson says the authority was alerted to the situation by Exuma's island administrator after social media comments raised concerns about the Family Island Eatery.
Once we arrived there, even before pulling up to the island, we realized that the structural integrity of the building was concerning at the time. And upon our inspection of the facilities, there were a number of infractions that were noticed.
Johnson commends the Chat and Chill team for cooperating with the inspector and taking swift action.
We left them a number of improvement notices to be corrected, and they assured us, of course, that they would adhere to that. In fact, I would have received video of the work that we were assured would take place that same evening after we would have left.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Marco's Pizza. Marco's Pizza. Some never tasted so good.
Marco's Summer Party is bringing the fun. Choose 2 large one-topping pizzas with a 2-liter soda for just $34.95. Or grab a big square deal. 1 medium, 1-topping pizzas with boneless wings for just $39.95. Enter to win weekly Baja Bay water passes and your very own Marco's Summer Party pack all summer long. Marco's Pizza. Summer never tasted so good.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company. Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has two arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'd expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, we have a new face filling in with Royston tonight, joining Royston, rather, on Access Now. Matea, how are you? And what's coming up in Access Now?
Hi, Kush. I'm pretty excited. You know, the newsroom is cool, but I would like to say that the desk is a bit more exciting.
So excited to have her. We normally, of course, see her in studio and, of course, on the streets doing your thing. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Tonight we have coming up at Access Now, we have a lot of stories, including the continuation of Fox Hill Day. We mentioned it yesterday. The festivities are continuing to see Lloyd Allen holding up front and center with a lot of things to present.
Ah, sounds good. As always, stay with us, the Bahamas tonight. The National Report continues after this.
With the new Duo Pizza from Little Caesars, nobody has to chew. One half loaded with Parmesan, pepperoni, and Italian sausage. The other half topped with veggie seasoning, ham, and green peppers. Now that's a winning hand. The Duo Pizza, double the flavor for only $13 VAT inclusive. Only at Little Caesars Bahamas.
Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza. Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Well, a full day of food, fun, culture, and tradition as Foxillians came together yesterday to commemorate the nearly 2 centuries-old emancipation of slaves in that community. And as Lloyd Allen tells us, by all accounts, it was nothing short of a good old down-home experience.
What you're looking at is the traditional maypole, and just moments ago here at the 2026 Fox Hill Day Festival, some of the young residents of this area took part in that experience. Now, we spoke with many attendees here at tonight's event, hundreds turning out, and here's what they said about the Fox Hill Day Festival.
We have been here for 6 weeks, practiced, came out, did a great job at the mobile. I am so excited and happy they did a wonderful job. I'm so proud of you girls.
We're from Philly. It's our first time coming here. I've been coming here for 20 years. This is my first time coming here. I'm enjoying myself so much.
Quincy Trillium Pratt, Fox Hill born and Fox Hill raised. Just 1 block down the street there. And don't care where I am in the world, I come home for Fox Hill Day.
I'm having a great time at Fox Hill Day today. This is the first time I've been here in about 20 years, and it's amazing. I'm so happy that I came. The food's amazing, the music and entertainment, I love it.
Apart from the traditional climbing of the greasy pole, the festival, the country's oldest, has become quite the foodie's paradise.
We're here with Kamin Adderley. He's in charge of the Frog Chill and Grill. Kamin, I know you have a lot of items here.
Some nice, good deep-fried lobster, some pork, some chicken, some barracuda, and some snappers ready to go.
It tastes like Fox Hill.
That's it.
So the verdict is out. The Fox Hill Day Festival, like wine, gets better with time. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Oh, good job there, Lloyd, who certainly seems like he had a very good time. That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
culture takes center stage at Goombay Summer Festival in Bimini.